everybody. We're going deep today. We're going deep. This is not going to be a makeup video. This is going to be a video about questions that people begin to ask others, mentors, if you will, about their own lives. And three of the most common questions that come up: why am I here? Who is God? How do you explain love? And then I can add to that, and I can bring up some questions that I have asked. And if I've asked them, that means that you have asked them too. Which is, why am I struggling so much? How come I can't feel happiness? Where is the joy that I'm supposed to be feeling in my life that everybody else that I know talks about, and yet I can't feel it? Well, let's start with the first question. Why am I here? Why are you here? I can go into this deep, long dissertation about the existence of your soul and how you and God made a choice for you to come here and be exactly where you are. But I'm not going to do that, because the reality is that you are here. You just want to know why you're here. Particularly if you've had a really difficult life. And you're saying, I would never have chosen this. The first sign that you need to know why you are here is asking that question. Either asking it of somebody else that you trust, that you think is a wise human being, or asking it of God, expecting to get a verbal answer. And then there are times when we just go, why am I even here? In almost a bottomless pit, sarcastic, why do I bother? Why am I bothering? Same thing. Because when we are born, we all have the innate knowing. We can't remember it, but we all have an innate knowing beyond the physical, metaphysical, as to why we're here. But we forget because we're infants. And our soul knows, our spirit knows, and all those that we're connected to before, now, after, know. And the primary person that knows, a non-physical being, God, the great I am, knows. The great I am is biblical. So for those of you that are Christian and you think that this is all woo-woo, the great I am is biblical. But it's not just God. The great I am is the collective of all that is, was, and evermore shall be. So even though here you are in your physical being, in your physical body, wanting to know why you are here, you are but a microcosm of all the others that have asked the same question. Of God, of themselves, of other people. So let's just start with that. How do I get to know why I am here? Well, you are here and I am here to experience the transforming power of a being that is bigger than all of us, that lives in us and around us. And if that transforming power is in here and out there and in all of you, then it stands to reason that you can connect with that. I have mentioned before in my other videos, start very small. Start small. Couple minutes every day. A couple minutes of stopping yourself from thinking. And allow yourself to be. You are going to feel all kinds of emotions. Your mind is going to race. But when you stop yourself, even though all that's happening, you are making a conscious effort to connect. A couple minutes every day. It could just be staring out the window, learning how to breathe. A lot of us don't breathe. A lot of us hold our breath deep down into our sacral chakra, our solar plexus, and our root. We stop breathing, and that area tightens up. We don't even realize we're not breathing. We don't even realize we're not getting oxygen. That's the first step. The second step, after you have asked, why am I here, is to listen. There's going to be sounds. Cars driving by, birds, chattering. Depends on where you are. It's best if you could find a quiet space. That's what's best. And just, you don't have to sit in any special position. I prefer to sit with my feet not crossed, because it allows the energy to flow down my crown, through my body, out my feet, and back up. Out my hands. So I just like to sit comfortably. Sometimes I do this. And I just close my eyes. 10 seconds, 20 seconds. And as you begin to feel relaxed with that, you may want to do more. And what this does is it connects your meta physical self, your highest self, with your physical self and with God and all that is. That's what it does. You may not feel any different. You may not act any different. Nothing seems to change. But in time, as you begin to do this, make that conscious choice, you will start to feel lighter, less anxious. Nothing around you has changed. Everything is still the same. But you will begin to feel lighter, as if you are rising up. And in time, you will begin to hear and experience little things around you that you never experienced before. No force, just allow. And if you are the kind of person after doing this for 2 weeks and you go, well, nothing's happening, you're here to learn the patience. You're here to learn to flip your thoughts. So that's the first one. The second one is, who is God? Who is God? Well, when someone asks me who God is, I always go to the very first passage of the Bible, and I stop right there, which is, and I'm not going to quote it verbatim because I don't have my Bible up here. In the beginning, there was a void. And out of that void, God called forth light. Somebody is going to pick apart my words because I don't have my Bible up here. So let me go get my Bible. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God, God is a spirit, moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. My son brought this to my attention because he read the whole entire Bible. What was created first, light or sound? And I said, light. And he said, no, Mom, sound. And God said. Was there a bang? Was there a noise? Was there a whoosh? Was there a spark? Was there a tornado? There was sound. And sound is one of the very first senses that we as a collective need to learn how to control. Too much sound can harm. Too little sound outside the ear cannot be heard. But there is a sound within all of us that took place at the very beginning of time. And it was created by the Spirit of life that breathed it into existence and then lit up all that was and is and evermore shall be. And you are included in that, and so am I. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And let's stop right there. Darkness and light work together to form a complete day. Is it any wonder, in the collective of everything, that we all have a little bit of darkness and a little bit of light? And that balance keeps us grounded. We cannot know joy without knowing sadness. We cannot know excitement without knowing boredom. Duality. That duality becomes whole and one in here, in the heart space. And when you ask, why am I here? Who is God? And you make a conscious choice to connect with that, you are merging darkness and light into one. And the outcome is bigger and better and more beautiful than you can imagine. But it is not McDonald's right now gonna happen. God does not say, you sit down and meditate. There is no taskmaster here. No taskmaster. Everything that God did was for our benefit. Everything. The earth, the firmament, the water, the light, the animals, the different genders. It was for our benefit. And when you begin to connect with that, and you begin to see the gratitude of the smallest of things, they will turn into bigger things, bigger forms of gratitude. And your well of who you are, which has been parched and dry, and the cistern is low or completely dried up, will start to fill. And when that starts to fill, you will feel yourself changing. And that is love. Not from another person. That is love from God and the whole collective universe. That love that brings you to that place where you can actually feel. And there are going to be times when you're going to feel stuff you don't want to feel. But it's coming to the surface. It's coming to the surface like the water that came to the surface that filled the earth. It was a deluge. It came from inside Mother Earth up. It was a deluge. It will break forth in all of your experiences, all of your trauma, all of your sadness, everything, little by little will surface. So you can begin to knit together who you are, why you are here, who God is, and what love is. I'm trying to simplify everything for you today because when you turn on the news and you watch everything that's going on our planet, it's really hard to detach from that, but it's necessary. And humanity will ask, what is going on? What is happening? What is happening to people? Well, people have forgotten who they are, number one. People have made decisions and choices, number two. People have chosen not to understand who God is. But more importantly, people are not taking the time to detach from all of that chaos and get to know themselves. A lot of it is circumstantial. They're rushed, they're hurried, they have to do what they do to survive. And the other aspect of it is when we ask who God is, there is an immediacy there. People want to know, but I don't feel like people have been given the correct analogy of who God is. They're either forcing themselves to be good and to do good because out of fear that they're going to go to hell, or they're just going to continue doing what they're doing because they feel that they can't stop and there's no hope for them. The wanting to know has to be greater than any of that. The wanting to understand has to be greater than all of that. And a lot of times, it is not greater until we fall flat on our faces, hit the bottom of the barrel, and we have no place else to go but up. Because what is the other alternative? Doing something so unacceptable because they have no hope. That is what is wrong on our planet. That's what's wrong. And as we take the time, like, you know, we want what we want when we want it. And when we don't get what we want when we want it, the first thing we do is bitch about it. How is that helping? And if we say God understands that, then why can't we say that God understands that we make mistakes and we're still going to be okay, as long as we know who He is? And I say He, but what I mean is they, the collective. The collective. God is androgynous. God is not male. God is not female. God is. I am. The great I am. And if you are a different gender on the other side hearing this, and you say I am, you're connecting with the great I am. So start today and say, I am capable of this. I am going to understand. I am going to reach love. I am going to find joy. I am going to heal my insides. I am going to love myself and others as I love myself. I am going to be patient when I don't want to be. And I can say this because I am the middle finger girl. Okay? I am the girl that got upset, and when I drove off somewhere, I flipped the middle finger. And I am the big F-U girl. If somebody said something after I was patient, and still occasionally do, and I have mustered up everything in my being to do what is good and right and purposeful and conscious of the love that surrounds me, and I can't get anywhere, I have been known to say out loud, well, F you. So when I talk to you, I do not propose to be this perfect human being. But what I can assure you of is you're here for a reason. You do have a purpose. You can connect with your heart, living out of your heart. You can find joy in all circumstances. You can know God through and through, and God knows you. And you can find love all the way around. That's my message for today. I was very impressed to come on. I didn't want to do any makeup. I feel that we are in an energy crisis, to be quite honest. And if you guys would like me to put up the video that I received a month ago when I pulled over down that dirt road, and I told you that I was too afraid to put it up because it was very strong, I will put it up. But I need you to tell me that you want me to, because it is strong, and I don't want to scare people away. That's not my intention. My intention is to have no fear. To have no fear. And to let you know that you're loved. There's no other feeling like it. Let me just tell you, in my first relationship, after one of my husband's surgeries, I got really into meditation. And I received messages every day, and it's in a notebook that is full, and I don't know where I put it. All these years, I haven't been able to find it. I might have stuck it somewhere where I didn't want anybody to find it, and I can't remember, and I know I didn't throw it away. And they were long, long messages. I could write a book on just the messages. One night, I was laying in bed and my husband was sleeping. I had gone to bed after him. I used to stay up late to read. I read not fun novels. I read philosophy books. I read books about life and, books like Alan Watts. And I didn't know of Alan Watts at the time, but the books that I read were much older. Poets and philosophers and a lot of doctors of the church, because their lives were, they're epitomized, but they had really difficult lives and very metaphysical experiences. So I'm laying in bed and I had learned how to write a gratitude list. I wrote a gratitude list every day, and I wrote a list of things that I prayed for. And one of the things that I prayed for, my family, one by one, my children, my husband, of course, people that I knew, people that I came in contact with that wanted prayers. But I was going through my gratitude list in my mind. And I'm saying it over and over, and then something else would come in. Oh yeah, I'm grateful for this. And all of a sudden, my whole entire body began to feel this immense love. This love that no human being could give me. It was so intense. It was, I can't even explain it. It was like floating on a cloud, being held weightless and surrounded by pure, unadulterated love. And I started to cry. And I have little spurts of that now. But that was so deep. And I knew that part of that was that I chose to connect instead of run away. So if you guys want that message, that's a message for the next 6 months at least. I'm going to pull a card or two from the messages of light, and then I will see you in the next video, which I still have some products that I want to show you. And I still have other videos that I want to do. This card couldn't be more perfect. I let go. I let go. I accept my life as it is. I do not judge. I do not dramatize. I let life's events come freely. And I welcome the lessons they convey. I stop struggling now. I let go and know that God always gives me that which is most appropriate for my soul. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this up. Look at the picture. Connecting. Let's pull one more. I'm going to sit back and shuffle so that you guys can see that I'm shuffling and I'm not looking at the cards ahead of time, okay? Okay, I'm shuffling. Dear Mother, Father, God, God of all that is, was, and evermore shall be, my YouTube soul family is here for a reason. It's not just because of makeup. It's not just because of singing and having fun. It's more than that. Please pull a card for them, Spirit. Did you see that? Fell like this. There are 2 cards. I'm going to read them. This is for you. First card. Inner journey. You can't make this stuff up. I let go of the fears and stress of the outer world and align myself with my inner being. Did I not say detach from the chaos and the drama? In my center, I have access to God and discover what is true for me. It is necessary to journey to the inner self to access its true power and greatness. This power is always there to help me go through life with serenity and joy. Let's look at the next card. Detachment. Detachment. I let go of the outer world and reconnect with my inner harmony. That space that wants you to know you matter. You're here for a reason. God loves you. I love you. The collective loves you beyond measure. You are a treasure. There's gold in here waiting. By detaching from the stress and worries of everyday life, I am able to find true peace. There is a source of infinite love and light within me. To find and restore my sense of being, I drink from this inner well. Remember the cistern, the well, and not from external sources. There isn't a person on this planet. There isn't a material thing on this planet. There isn't a vacation. There isn't any amount of money that can fill you like you already know you can't be filled in here. And when you begin that process, all that other stuff will take care of itself. Yes, you have to do things. Yes. But it's a lot harder to do them when you're not right in here. When you don't know who you are. When you are an unhappy, dry cistern, cracked desert, needing to be watered to grow into the I am presence that God already knows you are. Let's recap this. I let go. I take the messages and I begin my inner journey. I detach from the external world and I drink from the inner well of higher consciousness. So, my friends, be well, be blessed, be beautiful, because you are. I really mean that. I mean it. You want to know how I mean it? Because I didn't feel it. And I feel it now. And I want to share that with you. So you can feel it too. And you can be the beautiful soul that you were meant to be on this planet and beyond. Until next time, my friends, you know I love ya.